now there's God, and I think I've never really experienced beefs in the gospel music industry.
Oh, really?
I have seen from Ghana, but Nigeria, you
beef?
hardly. So, and I'm about to, who I'm about to mention will get your jaws that.
It better not drop.
Mercy Chinwo.
Huh?
Mercy Chinwo, and then her ex-manager, Easy Concepts.
Oh. That would pop up.
What do they want?
Well, actually, Easy Concept brought out some screenshots talking about the amount of money Mercy has gotten from him ever since when he was her manager.
And then?
Yeah, so he's very confused. Now, he actually called her a gospel musician who lies. That's what he said on social media. And so let's quickly get into it. Dr. Ezekiel, thank God, CEO of Easy Concepts, has publicly called out Nigerian gospel singer Mercy Chinwo, accusing her of living a life that contradicts the values of Jesus, whom she sings about. Ezekiel alleged that Mercy Chinwo has been dishonest and manipulative, using law enforcement and religious organizations against him to gain control of a music catalog she didn't invest in, despite receiving $625,000 from the record label. He also claimed that Mercy Chinwo had been ungrateful and spoke negatively about him, despite him housing her and helping her career as a backup singer before signing. Before signing her to the label. Let's take a look at the screenshots over here. So he says $625,000. That is how much you have received from Easy Concept to date, but you will prefer to insulate that part so as to keep deceiving people and weeping sentiment on how you signed a bad contract or had been treated bad. Same deal, you desperately pursued me for years and had to get third parties to impress on Easy Concept to sign you. Despite offering a 50-50 gross earnings ratio, you were still trying to weaponize law enforcement and religious organizations, all in a bid to take over a catalog you did not spend 1 naira on. You've received over $625,000 to date. Still, the situation persists while claiming and singing it's all for Jesus. Your actions paint a different picture. Next one, please. Okay, I think, okay. Next one. Okay, yeah. Unlike some music talent producers and label executives, it is not something I stumbled into by marriage or association. It's disheartening to see lies being spread and effort to weaponize law enforcement and religious affiliation against me. I invested my blood, sweat, and hard-earned money into you. I housed you for months before securing 2-bedroom apartments for both you and your band leader. You breached our contract by failing and withholding funds meant for the label from content and events. When this happened, I didn't attack you. Instead, I reached out, proposing a reconciliation meeting and even suggested an independent audit for transparency. Next, please. Last year, I was illegally detained by EFCC for 9 days far from Lagos, where our business took place. Under duress, $274,000 was extorted. Yet, I still didn't resort for dragging you publicly. As a law-abiding citizen, I chose to follow the legal processes outlined in the contracts you signed with Easy Concept. If your hands are clean, why avoid multi-door resolution process in your agreement? Why manipulate institutions to bully me? You deny the contract when it speaks of your obligations and our benefits, but quote it when it benefits you, discrediting saying documents that you have hugely benefited from. Kindly post your bank statements and songs recorded before you were signed and 3 years after. It's a lot. we can't finish reading everything, but I can see your face, how disheartening you feel, Mimi. Why does it have to be like that? And sometimes I'm like, I don't even know what to say.
I thought they were their siblings. First of all, I thought they were siblings. Honestly, I thought they were siblings. We witnessed a couple of things that Easy Concept had done for her. I remember the car surprise. I remember the house.
Yes.
I remember the car surprise. Yes. I remember how she cried. You know, I remember the emotion showed and the gratitude that we're giving. And I remember how many times she had bigged them up, that they were actually doing great for her. And she'll go for interviews and talk about them. For it to result to this, the reason why I asked why are they coming here, because I felt this issue was over and done with. You know, honestly, I thought it was done with. I did not know that they were still at it. And unfortunately, he seems to have gone through a lot. I cannot sit here and claim that I know, oh, Mr. Chiwo didn't receive money or he didn't give her that money. But if what he's saying, and I believe that there's some truth in there, if what he's saying is anything to go by, then I think we're not trying. Because what we then do eventually is that we break the bridges that there's nobody that is able to go on that road again.
First of all, and even with him, even if he wants to even sign a different artist, the wall that is going, he's going to build a wall
around that person. That's what I'm saying. You're taking away opportunities from people, if that's what the case is. I think that even on her own, when she came out of Easy Concept, the album she has released is good enough to take her for another 15 years. I was telling, do you know who told me this? Right. Do you know who told me this? Ooh. My son. My 15-year-old told me that the album is such a good album. He doesn't need her past songs.
Yeah.
That's what Obed told me. When he listened, oh, those ones, they are old. This album and then the subsequent ones, songs she has released and collaboration she's done, they're good enough to take her for the rest of her life. You know, and when she gets on stage, she doesn't even really perform her old songs again.
Yeah, it's a new
she's never done it again. So, what's up? You know?
Yeah, it's really, really sad.
Creatives and money and wahala.
I actually thought it was different. I mean, in the gospel fraternity, I thought, but sometimes
it's everywhere.
When it comes to your money,
no. When it comes to money, nobody plays. When it comes to money, nobody plays. I mean, it just comes back to contracts and what is in contracts and the signings. I mean, you see, let's get this thing straight. I don't know whether it's a mindset or what, or it's just a human nature or what. See, if you cannot hold your part of the bargain, why get into a contract in the first place? I don't get this.
We are in a hurry to ask for contract.
Chale.
Then when the contract is eating us, just a contract need you. It is new. Then you are angry.
I mean,
because a business, you see, let me tell you people, being a producer and being an executive producer, it's not for children. It's for people who have good, heavy, weighty pockets.
Yeah, it's a business.
Because you, as a brand, when you don't have anything, you're desperate. And then I'll do anything for you. And you see, that's why I think we've said it here on the show before. Stop signing contracts when you are at your lowest. You people. Because you go and sign contracts that when you have become established, you feel like it's now against you. But you forget that going to the studio then when you didn't have money was not cheap.
It's not cheap.
When you're going to produce whatever videos and all of these things, they're not cheap. These people invest, and I've come across a lot of producers who are bitter.
They will.
Because and managers and record label owners who are very bitter because, Charlie, what they will put into just one project for an artist. Talk about an album. Talk about video shoots. For every single, even if it's an 11-track album, every single song has a video. A video shoot is not nothing less than. Let's say every single video is $5,000. How much is that across times 5 times 11? So I think, Charlie, creatives, we can do better.
We can do better.
We can do better.
We can definitely do better. But I also think, we're moving away from that, I think if TikTok was a human being, it would need therapy.
Yes.
Especially with what it's been through this past couple of days. It would need therapy. It would need serious counseling just to say you're fine, you're okay. This won't break you. And so let's quickly get into it. President-elect Donald Trump celebrated TikTok's return at his rally on Sunday, shortly after the platform resumed service in the U.S. following a 14-hour shutdown. The shutdown occurred due to a nationwide ban, but Trump promised to halt the ban by extending the deadline for ByteDance to sell the app. Trump declared as of today, TikTok is back, suggesting that U.S. will own 50% of the company and a joint venture that will generate significant profit. This move comes off TikTok previously responding to Trump's ban announcement, stating we are not going anywhere. The person that is here are not going is the same person that is helping you now. So what are we going to do about it? You will go. Okay, no. But after 14 hours, they are back. My question is, we had some Ghanaian influencers who were actually affected by it with screenshots. Gisela, Ajuati, Dulcie, and the rest. Now they, and it's crazy. Why are they part of it? They're in Ghana.
Let me tell you something. I think that we this generation, we don't try.
We don't try.
We do too much. They know why they were banned. They know. So why are we putting this up?
Wednesday.
it's also part of it. It's also part of it.
That is what my problem is. So you go and I'm not going to advertise that way here, but the way we're excited about trends, we forget that some of these trends harm us. Why were they banned when America is suffering? Why are they suffering from America's trends?
This is a lot. It's actually a lot. And if they knew, they shouldn't have actually screenshotted it and posted it.
Some of these, in fact, no, I'm not going to say. We are too excited about trends. We're too excited about being included in conversations. And half of these conversations, they harm us. Gisela, why? Dulcie, why? Ghana, let me not mention names. Ghana brands, Ghana TikTokers. Why are you involved in America's problem?
That's a big question.
Because if we start analyzing right now, we will see that you need to be arrested.
Hey! It's not me, oh. It's not me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have for you today on Entertainment News segment. My name is Daphne Flashley. I'll catch you same time next week. Hey, same time tomorrow. Anyway, I just want to say a very, very big shout out to the person who got me looking beautiful with my lovely braids. Thank you so much. The Face Beat Beauty Studio that's located at Medina, opposite Pikla Heights. And so if you need the same thing, make sure you go there, okay? And my beautiful outfit today, Big Girl said that we want you to show hands. Exactly.
Okay.
So a beautiful outfit by Big Girls.
So it's one hand. It's called one hand.
It's one hand.
It's called hands free.
Hands free. One hand.
Okay.
All right, over to you guys. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you so much, Daphne, for coming through with those exciting and similar stories. Now, did you know that all the 41 LPG companies and the 800 stations across the country are 100% built and operated by indigenous Ghanaians? When you refill your the growth of indigenous businesses and create more jobs. But that's not the only reason for you to choose us. Our LPG distribution system offers unbeatable value, allowing you to buy any amount of the products in whichever quantities you need, making it incredibly pocket-friendly. Worried about being cheated? With us, you can watch Philly as your cylinder gets filled. Plus, we have weighing scales at every station, so you can double-check the weight of the quantity fuel. That is trust guaranteed. Switch to LPG for your car, especially if you drive a taxi. It is more environmentally friendly, helping protect our precious ecosystem. Go green with LPG and make a difference. Remember, when the last tree dies, the last man dies. Refill your LPG cylinder at your nearest gas station and help save our forests and environment. Let's protect Ghana for this generation and the next. LPG Marketing Company Association of Ghana, your affordable, pocket-friendly, trustworthy and eco-friendly choice.
Well, in today's dynamic business environment, a robust workforce is pivotal to achieving success. This is why we have thoughtfully designed our corporate health insurance plans to empower your employees and bolster your organization's performance. With Equity Health Insurance, your investment transcends ordinary insurance. It represents a commitment to the future of your company. Our health plans are individually tailored to accommodate the unique needs of your employees, offering comprehensive coverage and exceptional benefits. Our support goes beyond administrative tasks and premiums. At Equity Health Insurance, we are dedicated to standing by your side throughout the entire journey. So please feel free to reach us on 0501515124 or 0539135073 so that we can further enhance the level of service we provide to you. Always #here for you. Well, that's about it for Coffee Daily. Up next, we get into news review right after this. We'll be right back.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Every day is packed with its own surprises. You never know which thrill is around the corner.
Feel good. Feel good.
Or how it will play out. There's a sense of excitement.
Did our plane just stop? Another cash out.
That adds a little magic to my everyday.
Feels like a party tonight.
Michael has been exceptional, surpassed all his targets. Let's hear from this year's Staff of the Year.
This wouldn't be possible without a strong relationship. You've been with me through university. All those days of studying together just to ace those tests, which we did, by the way. And those days of the side hustles. You were there. All of these have prepared me for this moment. Cowbell Coffee has been there with me every single step of the way.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy Cowbell Coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
Sisi ma send you obi sika ma no enti me twa mu. Kwadwo na ponche na.
So ma send pictures na ma. Choose new pe na fe send sika no ma no.
Sending money from Telecel Cash to Telecel Cash is free. You can also make payments to merchants on all networks with Telecel Cash.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Shopping just got easier, better, and smarter. A-to-Z Department Store, your trusted go-to shopping destination in Ghana. It's live online. Experience the same trusted in-store excellence from the comfort of your home. From fashion to lifestyle essentials, we've redefined shopping to suit your lifestyle. Simply visit www.onlinestore.azgroupgh.com. Browse, click, and enjoy seamless shopping anytime, anywhere.
The offers get even better. 10% discount on first order, free delivery. Note that you can pay via cash on delivery, Momo, and Visa. A-to-Z Department Store, lifestyle redefined.
Your home, your sanctuary, and a reflection of your personality, your style, your dreams. At Accento Projects, we understand the importance of bringing your vision to life. With a decade of expertise, we've mastered the art of transforming spaces. Right from historic restorations to modern marvels, we solve complex building problems with creativity, craftsmanship, and dedication. Whether you are renovating, restoring, building anew, or simply refining your space, we listen, we care, and we deliver exceptional results. Accento Projects Limited. We don't just build structures, we bring your dreams to life. Contact us today at on 02-0888-2722 or 027-114-2749.
Okay, you're watching MX24 TV, and this your boy Perez Music. Ciao!
Hi guys, how you doing? This your boy SDK, and I'm here on MX24. It's fun. It's fearless. And it's factual.
What's up, everyone? My name is Adina Thembi, and you're watching MX24. We are fun, fearless, and factual. Get it right.
What's up? My name is Akwabwa, and you guys are watching MX24. Keep watching. I love you.
They say the portion they gave me was unknown. What I will become was never ever told. Now you're watching the beast in me unfold. I'm immortal.
name is Miriam Uduak-Mensah. We're going to get into the conversation of politics and the happenings in this country. Lots of conversations sparking up. We're going to get into that. My guests are already seated, so I'm going to do this quickly so I get into it. They're already fighting me for their time. So at Equity Health Insurance, the well-being of our members takes precedence. We recognize the unique healthcare needs of individuals and families, which is why we are delighted to present our Ebusia Health Planner. For you and your family, it is imperative to secure your family today. Now, to do that, please call us today on 0546-645-465 or 0503-860-381. I am calling on you today. We say at Equity Health Insurance, always here for you. Acento is calling on you. If you are a young individual who is excited about designs, you want your space to be exciting, beautiful, breathtaking, but also you want to make a business, make money out of that. Well, we are calling on you to take part in our January session. We're already in the middle of this January. We didn't expect it to be this fast. But as it is going so fast, please jump on board. Let's get this done. Call us on 020-8888. 2722. That's 020-888-2722. Or visit our office at Jirengano Design Lab, where your design dreams come to life. Shopping just got easier, better, and smarter. A to Z Department Store, your trusted go-to shopping destination in Ghana, is now live online. Experience the same trusted in-store excellence from the comfort of your home, from fashion to lifestyle essentials. We have redefined shopping to suit your lifestyle. Simply visit www.onlinestore.azgroup.com. Browse, click, and enjoy seamless shopping anytime, anywhere. HZ Department Store, where style comes to life. And of course, we are redefining style for you. Now, let's get into the conversation this morning. We have Director of Youth. Right. Well, joining us for our conversation this morning is Chris Barnes, Director, Youth Special Duties for Movement for Change. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Uduak.
You like the name Uduak?
I love it.
I love it.
I just love it.
Also joining us, NPP Communications Team member Philip Kwame Sabah.
No.
Good morning.
How can I be an MVP?
Oh, Charlie, that's
an indelible thing.
Sorry.
I'm not sure the blood of Christ is enough to watch that.
It is not you. It's not me. It is Gabby who is frustrating my life. What has Nana done? Well, we have. Okay, so please. And then also Philip. Sorry.
Philip, so you give me my right designation.
Okay, buddy. I'm sorry. Good morning, gentlemen. Since this
Philip, good morning. NDC.
Philip, NDC.
Yes.
Let me correct that.
Yeah.
NDC.
Yeah, beautiful.
Communications.
Yeah, good.
Team member, and also have my NPP guys in the house. Good morning.
Good morning.
I didn't quite get the name. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's Godfred Nanasichi Boakye.
Come again.
Godfred.
Yes, Godfred. Thank you so much for joining us. We are, and I was switching parties for you.
I can't even be an NDC member.
Hey,
wow.
Hey, my brother. This crucial time.
Don't worry.
I can't talk.
Right? Even movement for change, people are not talking. My guy. Yeah. Well, let's get into the conversation this morning. Let's talk about the appointments so far. One that is interesting for me is Haruna Idrisu in education. But before we get into that, let's quickly touch on the conversations of Obuasi. It's under investigation, so I would like you to speak on it briefly so we get into it. Who's going to start with me? I'm going to start with you, Mr. Sabah.
Okay. Good morning, Miriam. Good morning to our viewers and then every other person out there watching. And good morning to the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the nation builder. I think this is the first time we are meeting in a new year, so happy New Year to everyone. And to the Right Honorable Speaker and the First Deputy Speaker, Honorable Bernard Ahiafo, that's my boss. Very good morning to them. As you rightly said, the Obuasi issue is under investigation. So some of these things, it's very difficult to pass comments on them. But I think that what the guys did, meeting trained armed men, and then you also come with your ammunitions that you want to overcome people that are trained. I think sometimes it's a bit difficult for us to comprehend that we see youth who feel that because of one thing or the other, they get under the influence of maybe boys or chobo or anything to want to meet these people who have been trained. I think that when you engage a military person, I think we should, over time, they wouldn't, you see, there are series of time or there are instances where some military men have been killed in this country. In as much as they even have ammunition, some have, you know, Captain Mahama, you know, the guy that was killed at Ashaiman and the one that was shot at Kaswa and all. So over time, this has been something that Ghanaians want to, like, maybe make us live with, that it is normal for you to go to a uniform person and do whatever that you want to do. And these guys too, they are humans. You know, some of them are breadwinners, and of course, most of them. You don't live your life for someone to just make useless of it, and then you are okay there. People will say that, oh, may he rest in peace. Probably the best they will do is to put a runabout in your name, Captain Mahama is a runabout. And you see, so you don't just, some of these guys will not allow themselves to just walk over. So because they are trained, they would be able to neutralize you. So when it comes like that, I don't see a reason why a civilian will take arms, go out there, see a military person and be shooting warning shots in this. For what? You want to scare a military man that you have? No, I mean, sometimes a friend in the military said that, Charlie, it's not always that they also get the chance to go to war. So when they see some of these things,
get excited.
But that's just on the lighter note.
But this again,
I think that the action of our brothers in Obuasi trying to do that. You see, sometimes you can be going for a right cause, but I think the modus that you go through to achieve what you want to achieve is very key. Some of them would feel that, okay, the end justify the means, but sometimes some of us will also feel that the process that you go through must be good as what you want to achieve. So I think that it wasn't right on our side as youth or civilians trying to engage the military. But, you know, because there was gun involved, if you don't take time, you'll be gone. So I think that they did what they're supposed to do, but that shouldn't be the order of the day. There should be that respect that we give to our armed men, those who are supposed to take care of us. If you go fighting the person who is supposed to protect you, then if someone comes to fight you, who will be there to protect you? So I think that it should be a national conversation that we address the youth on it.
The position of the president, and Nabi, I'm going to go to you straight. The position of the president on this conversation, what do you make of it?
Okay, so I think the president has had a release calling for an investigation into it, and already asking Anglo Gold Ghana to take care of the injured and also expedite some burial service, which I even find questionable, because if you say you're opening an investigation and they haven't been found culprit, how do they do those remunerations? But maybe afterwards they'll find a way to settle them. But this is where I have a problem. You see, the very reason we have government, the very reason the state is existing, is because of the social contract. This is between the government and the people. And at the helm of it, at the heart of it, is that the lives of people are the number one thing. Because if there are no Ghanaians, there is no President Mahama. If there are no Ghanaians, there is no parliament. You see, these are the critical issues we need to look at. There is an alleged background story that some of these youth people or these guys who invaded the place are NDC members. That I said alleged because pending investigations. But this is the most worrying aspect. You see, right after Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia conceded in that excellent show of statesmanship, it's been one looting after another. It's been one vandalism after another. It's been one hooliganism after another. And it is very sad that President Mahama, I stand to be corrected, I have not seen him even condemning any such.
Oh, no.
That's why I said I have not heard.
So I like the fact that you said I
now you know.
So don't attack him yet. More than once.
Now that you know,
the point is
can you confirm your knowledge of it now?
No, relax. The point is that when, from the onset, because I think I read a release signed by Fifi Kwate, that was from the NDC and Kwate and the rest. But you see, these things that are happening are things that should have been condemned from the onset.
So I'm not going to allow you to land on that one because the president condemned it. I heard there was a statement from Sakyi Boakye, and then there was Felix Kwame a statement from that as well.
The bitter side of what he doesn't know is that after the
and he spoke about it
after the 57% victory of
so this is not your time to talk.
No, I wanted to correct you.
No, just
the time the things were happening.
The
time the things were happening, President Anadu was the president at then when he thought this thing.
No, but if you say
president,
President Nanado was president, but you and I will agree that President Mama calling the NDC to order is more effective than.
Oh, how?
No,
but
relax.
He has.
No, relax.
I'm just telling you that he has.
No, I'm just clarifying his statement on President Akufo-Addo.
No, he has not been sworn in. How does he call the people
the point is that personally.
Allow the gentleman to talk.
So personally, for someone who was born, had my formative years there, it's very disheartening that you'd see youth. I mean, about 8 people are dead already, and then all that. I believe that, like the president has done, which is quite commendable, they should have that effective investigation into the whole thing. Whoever is found culpable, the state must deal with them. But then again, the youth must come to realize whether you are affiliated or not. It's not about NPP, NDC. That sense of entitlement that I can just go anywhere, have access to this and that. I was happy when my brother made mention of people like Captain Mahama because he died, and so now we don't even know the level of justice that has been met out. So you see, when you look at the military stance, because they are humans and they also please. So like I'm saying, it's been alleged. And you see, very disheartening is the fact that we have the likes of Yamin and some other regional executives of the NDC going to Obuasi, and you see the videos on Facebook, going to Obuasi and telling this youth that, it is our government in power, giving them a justification for what they've done, which is very wrong, because what impression are you creating? It fits into the whole alleged narrative that it is the NDC perpetuating that the investigation must be done, the corporate must be dealt with. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nanabi. Which part of this conversation do you want to take from?
I'll just briefly hit on it a little bit.
Thank you so much. You are just an understanding person. That's why I like you.
That's why I love you.
Hey,
I'm controversial, Charlie.
Controversy, I beg you. Continue.
Charlie, let me first of all greet my leader, Alan John Kojocha Martin. Sir, good morning. And then I'm also going to greet your viewers and good morning to you. So about this Obuasi thing, I think it's a bit unfortunate what happened. But for the youth to take law into their hands and go there is wrong. For the law enforcers to also shoot someone in the head is very wrong. That is why I think the president immediately gave a statement out that investigations should happen and whatever should hospital bills and then the funeral arrangements should be taken care of about, because they are your staff. They guard the mines. So anything that happens on the mines is the cost of the mines. So I understand why the president gave that.
So, but I want to believe that this is the military is the team that was put together by Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo to the Operation Halt team.
The military were actually called as backup.
Okay.
You understand? They came in to neutralize the whole situation. When the guys came in, they realized that the guys are armed and all that. They called for backup. You know, have you been there before? No. They have their quarters. So they are always in their quarters, relaxing and doing their thing until they are needed. They are called. So they were called and they came. When they came, they started spraying bullets, knowing that one of their guys had been hit.
So there's some sort of self-defense or retaliation.
Yes. So when they realize one of their guys have been hit, and you know how soldiers are, hit one, hit them all. You understand? And he was just injured. But then to go to the extent that you're spraying individuals, you're spraying the citizens, although they are not acting in the line of direction, correct direction, but to spray them and to shoot someone in the head, I condemn that.
Okay. I think that we all agree. I think from all our submissions, we all agree that there could have been a better way
of handling
this, to have handled this situation. Because again, I mean, from one of the statements and videos we watched this morning, the gentleman was talking about how they just went there to get their daily bread. They are hungry, they are desperate. So it's not hunger take them to go there. But again, it's not. They have been ordered not to go there. So there's that part as well. But we're going to wait for the investigations
to come out
on how this issue will turn out, and we're praying that.
But I like the atmosphere of everyone commending the president. You realize that this is a working government. Just immediately a thing like this happened, the president too is down to say that let's do this, let's do that.
Yes.
But you know, because someone was in government, you see, some of these things happen, and you want to recommend and praise people for what they've done, because we've seen a similar thing happen, and someone sat a roof and didn't mind them. So when the shooting at Ayawaso was going in 2020 election and 2016 election, 2020
there
election,
is investigation going into that.
There is. But how long did it take the president and even the chairman of the police council has never made a comment over it? But when you see President John Dramani Mahama take that step, you realize that this is a working government. You realize that we are now getting closer to the Ghana that we all want.
Amen. I'm telling you that use your time to do what you are doing, because there are conversations to have. I have sat here to tell us that, listen, if this government follows on the tangent it's on, success is not far from them. We've seen governments be very complacent, and Ghanaians have showed them shaggy. So complacency,
huge gap.
Complacency shouldn't set in for the NDC yet.
No.
I think that this tangent they're on is very wise. They should work with same energy or more.
We are working.
This is the 120-day tangent.
We are
this is the 120-day contract with Ghanaians that the president has signed.
But it doesn't mean that after 120 days we are off. After 120, we still have the 120. We have more to do.
Let's talk about appointments. And I told you that one of my biggest concerns, it isn't a concern, because he's a very brilliant man, very knowledgeable man. I have so much confidence in him. But Honorable Haruna Idrisu for education, I would have taught sports. Or security or something. Education, I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. But how do you... I'm going to start with Nana B, please. Let me start with Nana B. How do you feel about honorable in education?
All right, so I think there's something I didn't do earlier, but I don't think it's too late. Very good morning to Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia, the leadership of the NPP. Family
a very good friend of Ghana.
They are copies.
A friend of Ghana.
He's a friend of Ghana. He wouldn't consider defeat before you people could even tell.
That's when you defeat his strategy. What do you do? We don't even care.
Are you NDC now?
But you have lost with a very huge gap. He's not a friend to Ghana. He's not even a friend to his hometown, Wale. You know the Palugu Dam, he squandered the money. He didn't build for the people. So
does he have an electoral?
He doesn't even have a constituency. So why is he a friend to Ghana? You said
he's a friend to Ghana. We like him.
You and who represents Ghana? You and who?
Someone. We don't
deny his own people.
Can I make?
We don't know which religion he belongs.
Hey, gentlemen.
No religion, no constituency.
Okay. So since you have decided to do
say you love Bawumia.
I love Bawumia. I love
beautiful.
Bawumia.
That's okay.
Yes.
Let's allow the gentleman.
You know, he's a friend of Ghana, like he said, because when President Mahama was losing in 2016, visibly with close to 1 million votes, we also saw what happened in Ghana. We all witnessed the tension. It took the intervention of institutions like Mensia, and you can check from Mutum first report to the UN. So please don't go that.
That it took Mensia to concede defeat.
It took institutions like Mensia to step in to make him concede, and the reports are there.
Let's go to the next joke.
It's figurative. It's figurative.
Let's go to the next joke.
So Dr. Bawumia is a friend of Ghana. A very good morning to Apostle Lilian Kuma. And you see one interesting thing, the late Honorable Dr. John Kuma is my godfather.
But we are talking about appointments.
TV show, it's especially dedicated to him. Please, I ask for permission
Let
from the
him
host.
make his statement.
All right. So the Honorable Haruna Idrisu, a lawmaker who was the first member of parliament for Tamale South, a lawyer, excellent communicator by all standards, learned and everything. I think for someone who had previously served as Minister for Employment and Labour Relations, for Communication, for Trade and Industry, it's no one, in a very logical sense, can contest the sort of quality this man has. But the contention is on education. Because education is the biggest ministry we have in Ghana. Looking at the number of unions and all that you have to deal with. But you see, I think it's still early days though, and looking at his track record, we are hoping that he can do better, because looking at how wonderfully the New Patriotic Party delivered on the education, that was from 2017 to 2024. Oh, we did so much. You know, you can talk about the STEM, you can talk about the VIN blocks, you can talk about so many things. The famous free senior high school education, the TVET education and all that. Looking at all these things that were done back then. I mean, coming from a time where we didn't even have chalks in schools, it is understandable for me to make this statement. So looking at this, we are hoping that...
please, before you continue, I will not appreciate this on the show. Let me make a statement, because if you start making your statement and he begins to interject like that, I'm going to allow it. So please let him make a statement. When he's done, you come on and laugh.
I'm a very peaceful man, so don't worry. Okay, so looking at how far we've come in education, especially under Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe and then Dr. Yawase Duchum, we are expecting more, and like they said, they are resetting, so we are hoping they do more. But then let's juxtapose it to the manifesto of the NDC, talking about things like early childhood, basic, even at the secondary level, abolishing the double track, extending it to free SHS to private senior high schools. I'm hoping my cousins in GIS can get to benefit from it.
Which, by the way, is not going to happen. So just so you know.
Oh, but it's in the manifesto. So you can cross-check page 89 to 97. It's there. Private schools, GIS
they will
and private
explain
schools.
to us what private school is.
Oh, so now they need to explain what private schools are.
Yes, because that's private schools. The money's involved.
No.
It's not money that
President
government
Mahama knew this.
Oh
no, I think that is unfair.
No. Explain to us what private school is.
Oh, you need to tell me what a private school is.
I said they would explain to us in their manifesto.
Then that would just be playing on our intelligence.
Even free SHS was explained detailed.
There are certain aspects of it that needs explanation, and also whatever.
Okay. So you're scared about GIS. You take GIS house.
Because why are we paying for GIS? Why is Ghana paying for GIS?
So extend it to the rest of the private schools. We are fine. Akosombo International and the rest. So things like their student loan trust fund plus no academic visa fees. I mean, level 100s have already started reporting. We don't know if they are going to reimburse them. We don't know how they are going to go about it. We are waiting for explanation, like you said. That is fine. So there is so much that is being expected from Honorable Haruna Idrisu, and especially with the ministry he has been put in charge. I think maybe his experience from employment and labor relations can help him relate better with these numerous unions under the education ministry. But better still, we as a responsible opposition, like Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia said, would keep him in check. Would always keep him to page 89 to 97 of the NDC manifesto, and would expect that within the course of the next 4 years, we will see them materializing. That is why I said it's still early days, and we wouldn't.
And I would like to agree with you on the bit where he was trade minister. He has had to deal with the conversation of unemployment in this country quite a lot. And so again, one would think that based on that experience, he knows what to put in our curriculum, what to advise for it to breed. Because again, this has been something that, you know, a lot of business owners have complained about, that the people coming out of school schools are unemployable because all they know are theory. They don't know what to do with the practical aspect of the work.
I think for that we did remarkably well, because looking at the TVET, looking at the STEM.
Those are industry specific conversations, my brother.
Yes.
But let's just move on. Because if we get into that, we have to deeply talk about the STEM education. How many people have been able to benefit from that? What is the impact on this? Are they able to get jobs even after that? And so what are the things that we're supposed to tackle is unemployment with that? So self-employment, entrepreneurship, all of that. Were you able to achieve these?
Oh yeah, the records are there.
The records are there. You're going to give us records. We'll go to that, please. Haruna Idrisi for education, and I want you to briefly touch on that for me.
Solid appointment. I mean, you are a captain and you are a major. You go to war. Even we see in the war movies when the war is hard, where people are dying, where things are not being sustained. That's where you send your best fighter to. And when the war is hard, that's where you send your best fighter to. When you are playing football and you realize that there is a place that is very difficult to penetrate, that's where you send your best player to. So putting Haruna Idrisu there is a very excellent mark from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, because with the death of scandals, misuse of fund. You know, as we speak, colleges of education students are still home because their teachers have not been paid. They were supposed to resume somewhere in December. They couldn't go back. They postponed it to 13th of January. They couldn't go. Now they've postponed it to 27th of January because these colleges of education, their teachers have not been paid. So you realize that there is a gap at the colleges of education. You realize over the past 2-3 years, there have been series of strikes here and there. Yeah. They have free SHS poorly managed and poorly kept. Teachers are not being paid. Many other things from universities, from crèche to all the universities. There are scandals all over. There are things that we are not able to contain as a country. So I think the person that can go there and deliver is the man that can handle that with finesse. We saw him as Minister of Labor and Employment. You saw what he did. See, you can't downplay the level of leadership, knowledge and statesmanship and patriotism of Gandu. That's how they call him, Lawyer Aduna. You see, this man has been very efficient. He mentioned the things that he has done, and he forgot to add the fact that he was the minority leader and all that. So to lead government business or to lead opposition in parliament, and we also how he performs. Excellent man by all standards. I think this is just one of the stepping stones for him to reach his apex. He's very solid. He's one of the you see all the appointments that are coming so far. You realize that these are not people that for funny reasons, someone who doesn't have knowledge over something, then they'll be sent there, may probably sending the dentist to education ministry and those things. That's not what is happening here. These are people. Look at Pablo Youth Employment Ministry. Look at Jifa. Someone who has the knowledge.
I have a problem with that though, but we'll talk about
with Jifa.
Not Jifa. Pablo. I'm looking for who is going to be her deputy.
No, President John Dramani Mahama, that we know is an excellent man. Okay. He will bring something that will calm you down. Look at Governor Saboja MP for Adaklu. Excellent performance, excellent choice. Look at everybody that has been appointed. Eric Opoku Hope. Senior Agric man. So you realize that everything that is happening so far has been excellent with Ghana at heart, working together to build the Ghana we want. It's not just any other thing that is happening there. This is not for friends and cronies. This is not
so far.
Have you realized that all the appointments that have come, we've not seen all the appointments that have come, especially with the ministries and even the CEOs. Have you realized that you have not seen the cousin of the president being the finance minister? The daughter of the president in anything so far. So this is Ghana at heart.
The daughter of the president is very young.
He's very young.
Farida is very young.
Yeah, so I think we need young presidents going forward. We don't need someone who will come and say with
right. So far I'm impressed with the appointment. The appointment or the recommendations so far. Hopefully we continue on that tangent. And I keep telling you that if we continue on this tangent, I think success is not too far from this government. But let's talk about the MDs and CEOs of the various institutions in this country. But I'm going to let you start with that. Wisdom Yaya Koku for National Identification Authority. A space where we've had different controversies with. Apparently some monies have not done what they're supposed to do in that space. We've also had issues of employing technology that was more expensive than is supposed to, alleged. So it's a very, I think that this government is inheriting a lot of work. I think that because the Ghanaian people have seen a lot of rot in different industries, it's looking like they're saying that's a lot of things you're going to do. So I personally am scared for Yarakoku, but
because there's a lot of rot in the system.
There's a lot of work to be done there. Let me not say rot.
I'm happy about how President Mahama is going about his appointment. You can see some inclusivity in there. He's urging the youth to be able to be competent enough. He's giving the youth a chance. Look at the regional minister, Ashanti region, Omakwene,
34 years.
33 years. That's
very young.
That's my guy. Charlie Frank, kudos. You know what I'm saying? So, he's putting people that have the knowledge and he's giving them the chance to be able to display what they can do. And that is one thing Ghanaian youth we have to commend, because my leader was all about the youth. He gave a promise that he was going to appoint a lot of youth people into his cabinet and stuff like that. But I can see President Mahama doing that already. Hana Jusu is very competent to do the education job. So let's leave him to do what he can. I think he can also take advice from a lot of people within his chamber when he hits a struggle or he hits an obstacle, something that he doesn't know about or he has to deal with too much that's bothering him. He can just get seek advice and stuff like that. So what's this guy? Sami Jemfi, Minerals Commission.
Hey.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit too heavy. And also, what's his name? Edmund Fandoh-Wilson for National Petroleum Authority.
Yeah.
I think these are very...
Charlie, these are young guys.
Oh my God.
Vibrant guys.
I'm excited, but I'm also very scared.
These are people who know that they have a lot of life ahead of them.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go well, if it doesn't go well, if it doesn't go well, the youth are crying out that it's our time now. It's our time now. It's our time now. So now they are giving us our time. You understand? So if you go and you misbehave over there, you underperform. You underperform in your own government. You're underperforming your own credibility and your own CV. And then you're also underperforming the whole youth criteria. You understand? You're not going to get the chance again. So now they will say, like Katie Amon said, this in Kolano Munimshe, my body say fufu, and Munimshe. You understand? So they keep putting the old men in positions like that. But it's time you give the youth a chance. The youth are capable. Sami Jemfi can handle that position because I don't think he can. See, we've had the most scandalous government ever that just went past. And I don't think this government can even do half of the scandals those guys did. If you're able to achieve that scandal that they did, then you are setting a path for my leader to be able to bring the great transformational plan into the Ghana. You understand? You are setting a path for a new dimension of leadership, a new trajectory of voting will happen in Ghana here. If you guys mess up,
it's a warning, actually. It's a warning.
And the promise is that we won't mess up.
You mess up. God help us.
We're all praying that you don't.
There's a bit where, the reason why I said I'm worried, the reason why I'm saying I'm worried is, you see, some of these industries need experience. They need people who understand the system.
Charlie, if a doctor doesn't operate on you, how would he get the experience?
Let me land.
If a doctor doesn't operate on you,
he learns when he's in the house.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Excellent appointment.
Amakone was learning before he became...
Please, I'm making a statement. What
are you talking about?
She's an excellent choice.
Yeah.
Because she understands
the we have the old folks there who always guide these guys.
Supports them.
Yeah, you see, one thing about the appointments is when you are so passionate about that of Yaira Kuku. See, I think that of Yaira is a story of God's grace and everything working in your favor. You see, we are not privileged to witness the story of David in the Bible. But I think that with Yaira Kuku, we can have a good feel of what God is. Yeah. I mean, if you don't know what God is, now you know who God is. Because looking at Yaira Kuku, who was just who has been working there since 2008, after change of government in early 2017, the current, the just outgone CEO, I think, wrote a letter to him just by his affiliation to the NDC that he should leave office and he shouldn't come back. This man is just like you've been denied a bread and you came back to own the bakery. He went out, came back, and he's now the CEO. Charlie, solid performance. This is a story of grace. This is a story that what God has planned for you, no man on earth can take it away from you. And he will do so well because all that he has shared over the years. See, Yaira is a very young guy, but when you sit with Yaira, I've had the opportunity severally to sit with Yaira and see the plans that, and most of these people that are appointed, I know some of them personally and we relate on personal level. See, it is Ghana's goal that everyone is pursuing. See, these are young guys who have, by the natural order, have lots of years ahead of them. They won't mess up the country and still be in it. So, see, that of Yaira, Sami, Eduji, Charlie.
Today is actually going to be a busy day because most of them are having their vetting today. So
Charlie,
I wish them good luck.
Yes.
Honorable Haruna Idrisu, my senior, Madam Mrs. Emilia Arthur, she's going to the fisheries ministry. She's an old student of Laboni. So great Labosco. Here we go. I think like a lot of Laboni people have been appointed.
Please leave us alone.
Justina is also going to the mineral investment fund.
Please, as people do so well.
This is just brilliant.
And you see the appointment. Most of them are from the petroleum, the energy sector, because of the dooms of these guys, the NPP guys.
They set a trap for you.
Yeah, so that we will come back and inherit.
I don't believe that.
No, you see, it is the
maybe if you want to say management.
If you look at all the industry players, we had about 5 hours of floor more to sustain us. So we needed to bring all these guys together so that the energy sector is one thing that you want to say that we were in power for 8 years, the lights were on. So the president State of the Nation address, the last one, he said that he kept the lights on just for him to leave, and you realize that no, the lights that is on is a borrowed light. So if you don't take time, we would go back to them. So and they would want to say that President Mahama is a nature of so that's why the excellent performances and the appointments are coming from all these sides. Charlie, President
we don't have a lot of time. Let's get into
and these are both solutions for President John Dramani.
I haven't had my take on the
what?
CEO's appointment.
Okay. Yes, just a quick one, please. Make it very quick.
So I think with the whole issue about youthful appointment, Nanado did same. And yes, he did same.
Tell us.
He did same. The likes of Akusia Asami were all very young when they had appointment into NYA. The likes of Sylvester Tete were all. The likes of the late John Kuma was young when he had all those appointments. So please, on that, fine, you are giving your people the chance. We don't have a problem with it. The most important thing has to do with the delivery. When we talk about scandals, you can't just assume. Well, now you are in government. If you think there are any scandals, now you say you have oral, you say you have all that. Investigate it and then let us see what the outcome will be. But even on these appointments that have been made, well, I wouldn't just assess competency because of maybe the person's background, because I don't know. I think I understood them when you were like seeing the likes of Eduji and NPA. Maybe you were shocked because you feel, this guy is just a law guy and he's coming to NPA. Because when you see what the likes of Dr. Mustafa Hamid did at NPA, the remarkable work they did there, it attests to the fact that, yes, there is a greater burden. Please relax. There was a time in this country where people had to queue at fueling stations with gallons and monies in their pockets, but they were not getting forced into their vehicles. For 8 years under Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, we didn't see that in Ghana. And that is enough attestation that things are working. We don't want them to start those excuses about the energy sector because
we can't even
if Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia had won, the lights would have still been on. If you think there is more for you need to purchase ETC, that is on you to, but don't make it look like we have issues. During your meeting, your recent government meeting with the IMF, they told you clearly the country is in good hands, the economy is on good path, and you can cross-check that. But you see, on the CEO's appointment,
don't walk into traps yourself.
On the CEO's, no, it's not about walking into traps.
Statements, or you're going to be cutting him.
You usually say stuff you're not supposed to say.
These guys are no, please. On the CEO's appointment, we have the son. You see, when he was talking earlier, he made mention about family and friends. We have the son of Isi Edun Ketia, Dr. Isi Edun Ketia, today as the deputy CEO of MEF. He's a
politician himself, isn't he?
But Keno Friata wasn't. Nana Santibedu wasn't. Okay. But you saw how they called out Nanado.
Do you know? What post was
no, wait. Now, do you know the role these guys are
supposed to? The comparisons are a bit worrying, so I don't want that. I don't want
party
that.
Member.
So
was Gabriel Asari Ochedako a party member?
So they're talking about. Wait, relax.
Did you see them
your boss submitted the CV to President Mahama for what?
My boss didn't submit CV. He submitted the plan to him.
For what?
So he can copy some ideas. No, we should take some ideas from here to govern the nation.
Okay, so National Cathedral OSP probes corruption
to give him a plan.
and procurement irregularities. We're still talking National Cathedral, and this was one of the promises from the Mahama government that from Mahama's campaign, that he would look into it if he was elected, and now he has been. So we're looking into, but the OSP has run ahead of him. Decided to launch investigation into it. What are we looking at getting from this particular probing? Essentially, what should Ghanaians be expecting with regards to that? What are we looking at? What areas are we looking at
The most highly misplaced priority ever as a country from the times of colonization till now is the National Cathedral. What Akufo-Addo did there is the most highest misplaced scandal. See, priority, I mean. See, for a man to sit, eat, sleep, wake up, and decide to lie to God. You can lie to everybody. You can lie to your wife, your kids, and everybody else. You can lie to Ghanaians. But to tell God that you are building a cathedral from your pocket to God and end up dishing money from the state coffers, taxpayers' money, where people are dying at Kolebu for many other things that government was supposed to make interventions, and for you to just decide to lie to God that we all revere. If you are doing something as kids, or they tell you that God is watching you, you leave that and run to hiding, thinking that God will not see where you are hiding. But Akufo-Addo had that strength, that boldness to deceive God and take our money on top of it is something that no one on earth can ever do. Not even the atheists can do that. But let's leave that between him and his God, as Deputy Majority Leader Ama Kofi-Boa said. The National Cathedral, destroying all those things, and President John Dramani Mahama, even at UPSA the last time, mentioned there is some investigations that are supposed to go into it, and that's what Oral and other people are also gathering evidences around. And people complaining. You see, the one problem that NPP has more in this past 1 month is the establishment of Oral. That President has put Oral together to investigate these things. And I don't see when it has become a crime in Ghana. You see, even in the Constitution, we are engaged. When you see someone destroying state property, you are supposed to report. Even in our basic social studies, that is what we know. But when a team of people come together to report bad acts of certain Ghanaians, people think that it's a crime, so they shouldn't do it. And so I don't know how these NPP people, even with their minority leader, think sometimes, because citizens coming together to report bad acts of states, they think that it is illegal, when this is clearly defined in our constitution that you report wrongdoings. But you see the National Cathedral, I hate to see this. It strikes my heart that state resources have been used for this, and this is the result of it, becoming a very big pool. So I think that this, I would, if I have the chance to talk to President John Dramani Mahama on this, this, many people say that can be transformed into one of the state-of-the-art hospitals where lives will be saved there and many other things. And I know that the president has a very solid plan for this. He is not like the predecessor who would want to commit such a valuable asset, a land that is of that national stature, to something that is called, how do you call it, a national cathedral, where we actually don't need one. Because most churches also have the auditoriums that they do church. We don't need this. Where they said that all the foods and animals that we saw in the Bible, the book of Moses, will all be here. So you see, and many things that they said will be. It is. See, how can we sit for such people to come and lie to us?
I think it's unfortunate that it turned out to be this because of what it was before.
Yes,
residents for judges. It was a very
and many other people.
You know, so for me,
this is the devil that they spoke about in the Bible. That they didn't just come to steal. They came to steal. What did they say about the devil? That they would do what? They would kill. They will steal, they will do this and destroy. And you see how our states and many other things have been destroyed. This is the devil. This is the man that they spoke about in the Bible. You can be here. You can be here and think that you don't have the nation at heart to praise Akufo-Addo to destroying this property and making it what it is at the moment. Well, we will leave that to you and your God to decide about. But every well-meaning Ghanaian should condemn this singular act of, if you don't have any problem with Akufo-Addo over the last 8 years, this alone should provoke you.
This is a flaw.
This is bad. This cannot go. See, you can employ your girlfriends and every other person to work, because when you become president, when you are a president, you can't employ your enemies to work with you. That is done. You can't be a president. You can't be a president and employ your enemies to work with you. Definitely they will work against you. So you can, Ananado can employ his ex-girlfriends and many other people to work. But to do this to our land,
thank you. That is very relevant.
Let's talk about now. You as an NPP communicator, let me speak to you. Do you look at this project as any form of? Do you see anything right with this project at any point? I just want to hear your take on it.
Before that, you see,
just hit on it.
No, just hit on that. I don't have time. I'm about to wrap up.
You make mention of likening the NPP government onto the devil and all that.
That is not for you to respond.
No. Kill and destroy. I don't know if he has forgotten about the baby.
The destruction people know. Do you know that the destruction people died after that?
They are just good at heckling.
The question is
because when we are making substantive cases,
to destroy our
like I was
lands.
making with MPA, you just choose to heckle
everything
instead
that the
of
Bible said about
focus
the
on the
devil.
substantive matter and delivering on that.
So my question is,
On the National Cathedral, he says that...
No. The question is, she's asking you if you see anything right about it.
Yeah.
Why are you saying I say it?
I don't know why this
so since you are not going to allow me to...
Let him say it.
So, gentlemen, thank you so much
Oh,
for
no,
coming. Yeah, but you're not allowed... I'm
that
asking
is
you a
him.
question.
No, that is... I'm answering and he's
answering to the question. So just wrap it up.
And I'm speaking to the National Cathedral issue.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the National Cathedral was beyond, because anyone who objectively listens to the whole plan was beyond just a mere church service, because it contained other national monuments.
But it's not done, and they're out of government.
No.
Do you know how much they paid the architect? Architecture.
From the statement
Even Bethlehem, where Jesus was born, how many people go there to do tourist visitations? And you are saying people will come to Ghana.
If this is what you are going to do, then I think
when people don't even go to
if you are
Bethlehem
doing this, then you are not being fair. You've
Look
made
at
your point. So what is your problem?
No. You can't defend
this. Unfortunately,
my point.
Unfortunately, my time has run out. I think I warned when we started that we don't have time. So if you keep heckling each other, we are not going to have the time to exhaust all our conversations. But gentlemen, again, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you for showing up on the show. And to you out there, the conversation continues on www.mx24.app/voting voices. We today in America, they have a new president, and so there's going to be an inauguration that will follow up with that and give you all that there needs to be. Again, remember that our sitting government has 120 days social contract with that. So we're going to go through with that. My name is Miriam Udwak-Mensah. See you again tomorrow.
Okay, you're watching MX.